time since November's ceasefire. The 3 rockets were intercepted and there were no injuries. Hezbollah has denied any involvement. With me now is Shehata from BBC Arabic. Welcome. Let's start with Gaza here. What is left of this ceasefire arrangement?
I think it's almost collapsed because the attempts to make the second stage working is not welcomed by Israel or the US, because Israel and US insisting on a transitional period between the first stage and second stage of the ceasefire, but Hamas refusing that. Even Hamas, according to some of their officials, saying it's giving some concessions, like ready to hand over the American US hostage in addition to 4 bodies, but on the condition to start the second phase of the negotiation. And some commentators criticizing Hamas because the second stage should have started on 3rd of February, on the 16th day of the first phase of 42 days. But Hamas didn't, I don't know, so there is the criticism they shouldn't carry on the first phase until Israel is committed and they started negotiation about the second phase. So now they are in an impasse. There is no one want to give any concession. Israel and especially Mr. Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, insisting on using the military force will be the only way to release the hostages and put pressure on Hamas. This is the reason the military operation started last Tuesday. More than 634 people killed so far, more than 1,000 was injured, and in the last few hours one of the ambulance of the Palestinian Red Crescent was hit, and about 18 people were killed according to local sources inside Gaza. So it is escalation, and there is a problem of the opportunity of the ceasefire after 15 months on January 19th. It might not happen again. So it might be escalation of the hostility there in Gaza, and even the Israeli Ministry of Energy calling for the cutting water to Gaza in addition to cutting the electricity. So it's a problematic and pressure on people there. Evacuation orders for people to move from the north to the south. Before they moved, after the ceasefire deal on 19th of January, people started moving from the south to the north. So now they ask it to move from north to the south. And even the south is not safe because Khan Yunis, Rafah, was attacked, and this ambulance was in Rafah, which was, I mentioned, where about 18 people were killed. So there is Hamas saying they are not, they are trying to revive the ceasefire deal. They're trying to go to second stage, but Israel is not happy to do that. So it's still juggling between the two sides, but the misery of the people in Gaza is ongoing.
And just to turn to Lebanon for a moment, what do you make of these rocket attacks from Lebanon?
You know, Hezbollah said it was not responsible for that. So from where it came from Lebanon, and the Lebanese president saying, you know, he doesn't like his country to be dragged to the war. So it is a question mark. Who fired them? Because Israel is still, occupying 5 positions in southern Lebanon in violation of the deal, which was signed, brokered by France and US in November. But Israel saying the Lebanese army was not deployed in these areas. So because of the fear for the security of Israel, they need to be there. So this kind of escalation, the UN peacekeeping force, UNIFIL, warned the escalation might not be good. So they urged both sides to uphold their commitment. So it's alarming, according to UN and other international community, actors. It might not escalate, but it's still, the danger of Hezbollah there. Israel feeling a threat from Hezbollah, and Lebanon is still in the process of getting stability, and the president and his Minister of Defense, they try to have a grip on the Lebanon, because especially with the weapons with Hezbollah. So the president of Lebanon saying, Joseph Aoun saying, the arms should be only with the state, not with other groups. So a reference to Hezbollah, even he mentioned this frankly. So there's a problem. Israel feeling that there is a threat from Hezbollah. Hezbollah feeling like Israel is not going to leave this part of the south of Lebanon. So this is alarming, but hopefully shouldn't escalate.
Thank you very much indeed.